everyone, welcome back. I am going to work on my giant heart today. I did take it out of the frame because it was way too cumbersome. Just clumsy feeling. So I hope this finds everybody doing well. Just choosing a needle here. So I've done all of these sort of ribbon rose, the like wagon wheel kind of roses. And I did a little turkey work here. Not sure how I feel about it. Might try another one. We'll see. Maybe it needs to be cut shorter. I don't know. I also didn't use a wire brush. I used a little plastic comb. But I might have to dig out a wire brush, and if I can find one, and fuzz that a little more. But anyway, it's there. It's going to be there unless I hate it and decide to tear it out. I can always cut it down shorter, which may need to be done. I can also like bring it up that way and put green around here to make it look like a bud, you know, a flower, what encloses the flower. Anyway, the sun is shining today. That's a happy thing. So I'm doing this other type of ribbon flower. I started it. I did one petal to see if it would work. It's quite tricky with the ribbon I'm using since it's not silk. And this is a pretty tightly woven fabric. It's heavier than muslin, which muslin probably would have been a better choice. It's not like a canvas necessarily, but sort of kinda. So I don't know, I may struggle with this, and I may do a few and decide to move on. Whoa, baby. Move on to something else, possibly. Yeah, see. It's very, very tricky to do this. I mean, the first one didn't go that difficult, so I thought, well, I could do that on camera. I'm going to break this needle. I don't want to break this needle. Well, we may just have to move on. And I'll go back to doing this when I don't know what the problem is. Oh, I know what the problem is. I jabbed this ribbon, this piece, this end, because I don't knot it. And it just wasn't going to go through both of those, the ribbon and the fabric. Let's see what we get. Nope, still doesn't want to come out. I don't like it when things are a struggle. In the last couple of days, I tell you, things have been a little struggly. There we go. Way better. All right. So it's funny, I have to pay as much attention to the back as I do the front when I do this. Okay. And then I know there's a lot of movement, isn't there? I don't like that. Oh well. I wonder if I twist this, what that will look like. And can I get the ribbon through there? Let me see. I need to go up a little more. I want it to be tight. I want it to come this way a little bit. I gotta think about what I want instead of just what I'm doing, if that makes any sense. You know, you can just plow through and do it and not pay attention to direction and size, and yeah, I do that a lot. Plowing. A lot of plowing going on. Come on now. There we go. It's pretty thick yarn. Jeez. Ribbon. Pretty wide ribbon, I should say. There. Now I'm not pulling it tight because I want these pretty tops on them. So, and it's not going to be even. I made it, however, now that I say that, I may be fibbing. Not on purpose, but I may be, I had planned on the top petals, so to speak, being a little shorter per se, like perspective wise, but now I'm pulling quite hard to make that hole bigger. What I need is a thicker needle, but I don't have a thicker needle. I looked. That one wasn't so bad. Ooh, we went to Michael's today. Michael's has bolts of fabric in our store now. Completely threw me off guard. I did not purchase anything. I hope that's the one I'm pulling. Yes, it is. This one has quite the loop in the back. I don't know that that's a good thing. I'm not going to mess with it, but I did see. That's why I need to look at the back as much as I look at the front. I'm just going to put this through this way. Yeah, sorry. I got lost in my thoughts here. So we went into Michael's. We had to do a little grocery shopping, and we went to another store. And then we went into Michael's. Well, actually, we went to Michael's after the grocery store. And we, come on now. And Tony was looking at paint by number kits. He's been doing adult paint by number kits and really likes it. And there's been a lot of new art going up in our home, which is wonderful. And I had to use the facilities, let's just say, and I came out and I was wandering around and looked at a few things, and then we got ready to go, and I said, let's go down this aisle. And I turned around and I'm like, wait, is that fabric? Sure enough, there were bolts of fabric. We did not see a cutting table, but they have like 4 rows, 3 to 4 aisles, short aisles, but 3 to 4 aisles. None of the aisles in Michael's are that long. In the back of the store for us. Yours might be different. And there were bolts of fabric. And there were cottons, there were flannels, there were some other types of fabrics there. I think some knits. Okay. Don't pull too tight. You don't want to pull that through. You want that to sort of be out there. Okay. And yeah, that was a fun find. So, I mean, there wasn't anything. Oh, there was also like the kind of, like an upholstery type section with like upholstery. I don't know if it was upholstery or outdoor type. I need these to start going in another direction. Okay. And yeah, there were probably, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 bolts of that kind of fabric. So it was interesting. Quite interesting. Our Michaels are not that big. because they are the towns that our Michaels are in. Well, one is a small city and one is a town. And so they're a bit smaller. Because I've been in much bigger Michaels in other cities, more populated areas, higher populated areas. So that was interesting. Yeah. They had cutting tools and they had, so I guess Joann's is going to have some more competition, not that they need it. Because I've heard twice now that there's a possibility Joann's is going to claim bankruptcy. And I mean, the last 3 months, what's this, February? Maybe 3 months that we've been in Joann's, it really was kind of sad. It was definitely sparse. Tons of boxes not getting unpacked and sitting in aisles. And yeah, I mean, they didn't even have any really good spring fabric bolts in. And I thought by now they had some, but nothing that I really was interested in. So a little sad if Joann's disappears. I hope I'm on camera. Oh my gosh, I think I need to move you that way. Sorry about that. I'm just over here rambling and doing my thing. This is going to be pretty, but it's a lot of work. This might take the whole dang video, which would not be cool at all. Not what I had planned on, but oh my gosh. There we go. Well, I like how it's coming out, but it is certainly a lot of work. Oh my goodness gracious me. I am trying to leave a center open there because I'm going to either put beads or knots or tendrils or what are the drizzle stitches? Not sure yet. Something's going to go in there. Meanwhile, I'm squishing the heck out of these other flowers, so I'm trying not to do that, but they're holding up okay. Oh, well, see, that was easy. Barely even needed those. This does make quite the lumpy, bumpy back. You know, it's hard to work on a big piece. I'm coming to realize that. I don't know if this is going to be something I continue to do on camera or what. I don't work a whole lot. I mean, I have to do some behind the scenes stitching because I can't do everything on camera. Like, I've been working on the wearable for the Roxy Journal of Stitchery, the thing I'm going to do on the back of my denim jacket. If you haven't seen that, it's the previous video to this one. And the tiny, tiny, tiny stitches I have to do to get those pieces just stitched on. Now, when I start doing the decorative stitching on it, that's a different story. Whew. My hand is starting to hurt. This hand. Not the hand that pulls the needle, but the other hand. Oh, I thought I broke it. Jeez Louise. Okay. No. My hands are not cooperating with me lately. I don't know what the dealio is. The dealio is they don't want to work anymore. You know how all petals are not created equally, and how sometimes flowers with more fragile petals might have various bends or twists to them, or they might be facing the wrong way, or one might be broken off. That's what this flower is going to look like. Okay, I'm stuck. I don't know why. That's too thick. So that one has 2 twists in it. That's pretty too. Boy, you could do a whole flower in just double twisted ribbon. Whee! I think we're gonna make it around. Will it be before the 30-minute mark? Who knows? Let's take bets. Who's taking bets on whether this finishes before the 30-minute mark? Now, I have not looked at the clock on the phone yet to see where we're at as I say that. Oops. Martha. It's a beautiful sunny day here. It's still winter. We're going to have a high of 48 to 50 degrees, depending on who you listen to as far as the weather people. Now, Mirth, come on. Come on, little ribbon, please play with me. Okay. I'm not having to tug that hard, but my hands are very dry, despite the lotion I keep putting on them 10 times a day. I will tell you that when you buy items that are a little less toxic without as many ingredients in them, and they just don't do the job that other products used to do for me. So there is that. Uh-oh, that was not supposed to come up. What do you belong to, please? Oh, that was the loose end that was back here. Is that you? Oh my goodness gracious. Can you see it? This little guy here, that was the loose end that was in the back. There we go. You weren't supposed to come with. And that messed up my very first petal there as well. All right, we're gonna do a little twisty on this one as well. And that is going to be our final answer. I think that's going to be it. Our final petal. Now, that's not to say I might not go back and fill in with either a thinner ribbon or thread. Pulling in that direction. All right, BB. 1, 2, 3. There we go. It's like pulling a tooth. 1, 2, 3, pull. There we go. Yeah, I might go back and fill in with other thread or a thinner ribbon or something, but that's going to be that for now. All right, let me end this torture, and let's see. 20 minutes and 35 seconds. Not bad. Come on. Not bad. Not bad. Cut that at an angle. Okay. That's enough of that ribbon. Holy moly. Alrighty. Now, I've been trying to decide if I want to put, what else I want to put on here. I think I'm going to trim this little bugger down. Oops. Kind of missed the trash can with that. That's a little better. They make a little wire brush that you can spread out your fuzz with, your yarn, your thread. Ugh. What is it with me and yarn today? However, I don't have that little brush, and we did get rid of our pet brushes that had wire on them. I don't think I have any more downstairs. Sure. And I just threw away this whole strip of wire mesh that I could have, it's not mesh, but it's stuff that you make a blending board for when you're blending wool. Yeah, just threw a whole sheet of that away. And I told Tony this afternoon, I said, you know that thing that we threw away that I said, yeah, I want to reuse that again? Yeah, shouldn't have done that. That's too dull. I'm going with really bright here, so I think, I don't know. This is the comb I used. Yeah, it did not do a great job of combing this out and getting these fibers to spread out a lot. If you don't know how to do turkey work and you think you might want to do it, I think it's better shorter, honestly. You can give it a haircut. It almost looks like a thistle top now. But if you want me to show you how that's done, that's another kind of long process, but I mean, it goes by quick enough, but still, it's, you make a loop, then you anchor, then you make a loop, then you do an anchor stitch, and it's very, very simple, not complicated at all. So I'll probably do a couple more of those, but if you want me to do it on camera, let me know. Let me know. I don't know if this would be long enough to do a flower out of. Well, we're going to try. We're going to try. We're going to try. Pink. 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 That's very thick pink. Very thick pink. That's a thin pink. I can't find any more of this lace, so this will be something that we will use it on. Use the same needle, I think. Right side from wrong side? Always clueless. Let's see. Clueless. You never know what a lace is going to turn out like until you try to gather it. and make a little flower out of it. So if you have some weird shaped lace or crocheted edging or anything like that, anything like this that might have an uneven edge on it, a frilly edge on it, a wavy thread on it, edge on it, gosh. Give it a shot. Gather it up. You can always cut the thread back out and see what it looks like as a flower. You don't even have to go all the way. What did I do? You don't even have to go all the way like to the end. All you have to do is do this and see if it's going to turn out pretty. And this always turns out pretty. If I knew where I got this, I would get some more. No clue. It's a very quiet day here today. Very quiet. I'm twisted here and I don't know why it keeps twisting. There we go. And I'm going to put that in there. Connect it back at the beginning where I started. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? It's perfect. Just perfect for me. Okay. So go in here. Try not to go up my thumbnail, which I did the other day, and boy, let me tell you what, that was not a good thing to do. In case you've never done it, don't. It really is not fun at all. Right up into my thumbnail. Yeah. Big mistake. Oops. No, 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 no. Come out of there. Okay. I'm just going to stitch this little pretty thing down. Now, I'm sort of leaning towards putting stems on these. What do you think? You think putting stems and leaves on here would add to it? I'm kind of thinking yes. Or should I just fill the entire surface with nothing but different types of materials of flowers, threads, and I mean, I can't fill the entire surface that way because not every flower is going to be solid like this. And really, that ribbon work is a lot of work. Really, Martha. So I'm thinking the green of the leaves and I put the little flowers in the front, I mean at the bottom, because they'd be more like in the front of a garden. And then the bigger, did I say leaves? Oh my gosh, I need to just, this video may never get seen. I just cannot speak. The smaller flowers are in the front because in a garden you would put the small little flowers that grow close to the ground in the front of the garden. And in the back of the garden, you would grow the taller flowers. There. That's what I meant to say. Before I sounded like I didn't know what I was talking about. I hope you've pulled up a project. I keep forgetting to say that at the beginning of every video. As I've said in every video, pull up a project, Just stitch with me, please. It's not, what I'm doing is not rocket science. So that was a very little piece of lace. That worked. I also have this here that I did. It's a white one. The white doesn't show up very well, but I could do two things. I could get a wide ribbon and make a big flower and put this in the center of it, which I could do if I had a really wide ribbon up here. No, that's not going to be long enough. That would be, I think. Let's give that a shot. We'll see. Okay. Do I want to? Yes. I will do this with red. And you don't need a whole lot, Martha. Okay. Yeah, I'm so like, Joann's had, over here in the States, we had President's Day, which was celebrated Monday. And Joann's had embroidery floss for sale, on sale. But they've had so little in stock of everything, and it's a little further for us to drive. And Tony said, so do you want to go? We got up yesterday and he said, do you want to go? And I'm like, I don't think so. Like, my hands are slippery. The lotion I use makes my hands very, like, they're not wet with the lotion, but it's almost like they leave like a film on them that is slippery. Kind of is a pain in the butt. But if I don't put lotion on my hands, the backs of my hands wrinkle up worse than that, and I look like I'm 100 years old or older. My hands look like 100 years old, which is very not cool for me. So anyway, so I said, no, I don't think I want to go. It's just too depressing walking in there. Sad, 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 sad. All right, let's see what this is going to look like. I don't think it's going to work because I don't think this is quite wide enough. Wow. Okay. Where's the white one? It might. Yep, I think it'll work. Okay. Then we went to the store today, grocery store, as I mentioned, and I bought some popcorn in a bag. Now, I usually pop my own popcorn, but sometimes you just want to be lazy. And you want to, the other end is cut like that, so I thought I would try that and see what happens. So I thought, well, I've seen this popcorn, touted as it's better for you. It's, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. Pre-packaged popcorn, like pre-popped, pre-packaged popcorn. I opened the bag and I thought, oh, that has a strange smell to it. And then I got a little plate, put some on it, and I thought, ew. I took one bite. I did not like it at all. So the whole package went into the trash. Because I opened it and ate it. What am I going to do? Take it back to the store and say I don't like it? Can I get my money back? I don't think it works that way. Well, what the heck is going on here? I guess that'll be okay. I wanted it gathered a little tighter than that, but the white is going to be sitting in the middle of it, the center of it, so that's okay. Yeah, it was Lesser Evil Popcorn. Did not like it at all. Ugh. I'll go back to popping my own. Okay. Not crazy about that showing. Oh, poop. What the heck? It came unthreaded. I don't know what I did. All right. Wow, this video is just so good, isn't it? My gosh. I'm just going to leave those ends and see if I can gather it again. Oh my gosh. I swear. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is really not cool at all. Which end was I? Yes, that is correct. There's a squirrel outside that's sitting in a tree and making that noise they make when they're upset about something. Not sure what the little dude's problem is. Oop, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Make it work, as Tim Gunn would say. Make it work. I miss Tim. I miss Tim on Project Runaway. Okay. All right. Let's try to contain this now in the appropriate gathering. Today we are gathered here to try and get this gather to behave. If at first you don't succeed, okay. Breathe, Martha. Breathe. So, do I want to... trying to catch... Oh my gosh. Never again. Never again will I put lotion. I mean, I put the lotion on like an hour ago. It's not like it's, you know. My hands are not wet with lotion. Let's put it that way. It's just whatever coating is in the lotion I use is like making it really hard to do anything. Thank goodness for good, smooth-edged pliers. Because my goodness gracious me. There. That's good enough to hold it on there. And I think, get all that out of the way, I'm going to put it right at the this edge here. See if I can get it to stay. Sit, stay, behave. Oh my. Aren't you glad you tuned in? You're probably all tuned out by now. Jeez Louise. Oh my. My. Flip. I know I'm not going to be able to pull that one. I could feel it coming through. The thickest parts are the hardest. And with slippery fingers. Okay, this has to come over here. Or it's going to be a funny looking flower. I didn't say any of these were going to be realistic looking. I mean, none of them are. Not my opinion. So, I'm probably going to have to go through this on the outer edge at some point to get it to like lay flatter. Maybe. Yeah, maybe a couple over here. Oops. I'm going to put one in there because I want this edge. The two white edges were not overlapping or meeting, and there was a big space in there which made the red show through. Wow. Boop, zip, zip, boop, 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 boop. Okay. I think I'm satisfied with that. 43 minutes. Boy, I'm not getting a whole lot done, am I? I'll tell you, this slow stitching stuff, when you're doing, I mean, if I was just stitching, like stitch, 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 even that goes slow. I mean, I worked 3 or 4 hours the last couple of days on my jacket project. Yeah, I'm going to do some tacking down over here, probably with white thread. I'll tack these down so that they aren't quite, I don't mind 3-dimensional, but it's a little, it's not cooperating. Yeah, I'll tack those down a little bit with white thread. Let's do the center here. What are we going to do that in? I don't know. Should I make it look like a sunflower and put brown in there? Or should I just make it like everything else and not be realistic and put, let's see, maybe a dark gold in there? That would be pretty. That's that size 3 I picked up. Or I could use a bright yellow. This is pretty. That's pretty. Too blendy, I think. Huh? Well, that thread certainly wouldn't... Oh, wait. I'm going to give that a shot. It's not gold, but I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see if I like it. Okay. The other one was really thick, and I felt like it was going to be a little overpowering for a daintier looking flower, if I can say that's a dainty looking flower. Sorry if the phone keeps, if the camera keeps jiggling. I have it plugged in at the moment, and everything I bring across the path is hitting the cord. So, come on, please. I've gotten it through twice. Can't seem to grab it on the other side. There we go. This thread does not change color very quickly, so yeah. It's variegated. It's a prism pearl. I think I got this from Steph Francis, not 100% sure. But, ow! I just stabbed my arm with my needle. That hurt. Dumbest things today. Okay. Let's see. And that's interesting. We don't usually hear airplanes flying over our area. So when I'm done here, I think I'm going to start working on my spring project. It's February 20th as I'm filming this, and that's close enough to March for me. I think there's going to be a couple of things I'll add to the winter piece. I remembered that laying in bed this morning, thinking about my work. I think that I know I have some silver sequins that I bought for it, and I never put them on. So I may add those. And then I think that piece will be done. My autumn piece is still hanging in the kitchen. I need to take that out of the kitchen, and I'm not putting the winter piece up because I'm looking for spring, baby. Looking for spring. So I'm going to start putting the spring together, I think. I don't think this is going to be my spring project. Come on. You're in the wrong place. Get out of there. Come out of there. Thank you. Goodness gracious. So many things to get hung up on. I could have used beads in here. Probably should have. But I didn't. That is something I'm going to... excuse me, have to consider is on my jacket. I mean, you don't wash jackets all that often, but you know, the stitching and any beading I do and any ribbon work I do is going to have to be able to be washed and dried. So I'm going to have to be thoughtful about what I do with it. I want it to hold up to laundering, but, uh-oh, I thought I unthreaded my needle. I didn't. Yay, let's have a party. Anytime you don't unthread your needle when you think you have, it's party time. Oh my gosh, crazy Martha. Get that ribbon out of the way in the back of it. Then I bought these potato chips that I eat. They're Siete potato chips. And every bag is different. some of them seem really oily, so I've started turning the bags upside down because the bottom of the package is oily. They use avocado oil, supposedly. That's what they claim. And I've always been a potato chip girl. It's terrible. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible habit. I stopped eating them until I found this brand a few months ago. And sometimes they're really light and crispy. Sometimes they're like hard almost and over crisp. And that's what the newest bag is like. It's like, seriously, first I have that yucky popcorn. And then I open a new bag of chips and have a few chips. And it's like, I don't know. I'll stick with fruit and vegetables. That's what I should do anyway. I shouldn't be eating processed foods. Only me. That doesn't mean you shouldn't. Doesn't mean if you do, I'm judging you. Trust me, I am not. Okay. That did not go as planned. We're going to make pasta. Well, not make pasta. We're going to have pasta for dinner. I buy pasta, processed, but the kind we buy is made in Italy. So we hope that it's a better version of itself. It's got minimal ingredients. And I make a sauce to go on top, but forgot to buy extra tomatoes today. I usually use a combination of Roma, beefsteak, and these little Campari. I think that's how you say it. I'm probably butchering it. It's probably an Italian word, but yeah. Little sweet round tomatoes, not cherry tomatoes or the grape tomatoes, but little Camparis. They're about this big around. Yeah, maybe about that big around. And very sweet. They're good. That one went way out there where it shouldn't have gone, but I'm okay with that. All right. That's enough of that. And I forgot to buy extra tomatoes while at the grocery store today. I'm just a mess. And the weird part is I had a really good night's sleep. But I'm a mess. So, okay. Well, I think I'm going to leave it there. Because I've probably totally 100% bored you all to tears. Maybe I'll stitch that down real quick. Let's see. Needles, you need to stick in that little pad. I'm going to take that out and put that in. I have several needles over here that are pre-threaded with different colors because when I was working on the jacket piece, the edges of all the pieces I'm sewing down are all different colors. There's black, there's cream, there's blue, there's pink. Yeah. So I had to go downstairs and get a bunch of my threads yesterday, my regular sewing threads, and bring them up. Jeez, come on. Oh my gosh. I have tried to thread a needle, like those of you over in other countries do. Have the thread in my left hand and the needle in my right hand. Can't do it. I have threaded a needle this way ever since I was a little girl, and I cannot do it the way you girls do it. It's amazing to me that I can't pull that off. And I can be pretty ambidextrous in some ways, but not that way. Not a fine motor skill like that. I can't do it. I find it so interesting how differently we do things like that. There. I think this little bit of tacking down is going to help this keep its shape a little better. Okay, we'll put that little fold in there. I didn't want it in there, but that's where it is. Just gonna ride that ride. Oh my goodness. I was a busy girl this morning when we got home. Well, this afternoon when we got home. Made lunch, put the groceries away first, made lunch. Then I made lentils in the Instant Pot, and then I started cleaning the countertops, and I rearranged the countertops, and I rearranged a bunch of stuff we had on the countertop, and I put it in, I don't know how long it'll last, but I put them in the pantry, and then I moved the tea and coffee makers around, the electric kettle and the coffee maker, and then I switched around coffee and teacups and drinking bottles and glasses, and yeah, I moved a whole bunch of stuff around. We'll see if it works. There are 4 jars. I have chia seeds, flax seeds, a turmeric mix that I mix up and use, and then cayenne pepper. And I put those in the pantry. I don't think they'll stay there very long because I have to take them out every morning and make my little mixture with my peanut butter. And I don't know if that'll work. Okay, well, that was it. I did that, and I did that. At least I got 3 things done and trimmed that down a little more. But yeah, when we come back, this may have, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it all fruity and fuzzy like that. Maybe do another one over here somewhere. All right, well, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Have fun, everybody, and happy crafting, and thanks for being here. Give me a thumbs up if you think about it. I know it wasn't the most exciting video. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.